Happy Hump Day. Welcome to the last episode of the year. Say it as it's so. I know. Let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. Hi, how's it going? Happy Hump Day. And I'm saying happy Hump Day to you for the last time of 2024. Okay. So I have to take a hiatus. I didn't want to. I wanted to film all the way up to and through. But, when you're moving internationally, it just starts to get a little bit hairy. So my husband's going for a tech scout in the UK. And he's like, since I'm going over there, Juch, let me take all of the equipment. That way production can pay for it. I'll take your camera. I'll take the lights. I'll take the monitor. And I was like, no, this is my last one. And I edit on a really nice, beautiful computer. But, the plugs there are different. So I have to get a new computer. So this is the last one I can edit. And then I have to sell my computer. Like, it's all becoming so real. I leave this house. Today's Wednesday. So in 3 weeks, I'm having an estate sale. If you know anyone in LA, I'm selling almost everything. But most importantly, this Friday, I am having my caftan Glamour Gown sample sale. And I am ecstatic. Oh, and I got my fascinator on. I'm a little bit giving UK vibes. I've had this fascinator for so long, and every time I put it on, my husband's like, whose funeral is it? And I'm like, listen, this is some great lady shit, okay? I got little feathers peacocking, and to be dead damn honest, I need to dye my hair. I've been doing the box dye for way too long. It is like red. It is gray. It's all washed out. It looks a hell of a mess. And I have to say something. I am sorry for bitching about my kids when I was PMSing. Let me tell you, the last time I sat down and recorded this podcast, I felt so yuck. You know when you have those days where you're just like, I'm tired. I'm over it. I'm over everyone. I feel disgusting. And you know what's so annoying is I need to start tracking this shit because my husband's always like, are you PMSing? And I'm like, no. What would make you think that? He's like, well, you feel like shit. You're not acting yourself. You seem really tired and you're crying a lot. I said, no, I'm not. And then I look at my tracker. Shit, I'm PMSing. So it's something that I need to track and stay on top of. You know the saying, I'm sorry what I said when I was hungry? Well, let me tell you, when you're in perimenopausal, it's like, I'm sorry what I said when I was PMSing because those hormones, God, they just start flowing and you just start acting crazy. I love my kids. I've had a great week. Everything is groovy, okay? Sometimes, it's just harder than other. And sitting down and doing the show week after week after week, some weeks you're just going to be fucking annoyed. Is it when I'm PMSing? It happens to be. Don't you hate when they're right about that? Because you're crying, you're like, I don't know. I just feel so overwhelmed. It's like, are you starting your period? No, you misogynistic. Don't be a dick. And then you look on your phone and you're like, oh shit, yep. Whoops-a-days. Hey, sorry for what I said when I was PMSing. This week is so jam-packed and the energy is so much and so intense. I guess there's the national election. I'm joking. I just stay away from politics and like entertainment and that kind of thing. It's just, you know what I love? I love things that bring people together. I love food. That's the great equalizer. Everyone loves to sit down and have a good meal and you can break bread. And politics is just so divisive. First of all, no one can have a conversation from either side because it gets so heated when two sides try to have a conversation. I mean, it gets so heated so fast. People are breaking up with their parents, their family members, their friends. It's just like, that's not what we need. That is not what we need. What we need is to bring people together. And I think the way to kind of think about it or how I think about it, I should say, is everyone's trying to do their best of what they think is right. It's not right to you, but it's right to them. They are, with their upbringing, their influences, what they do, what their family says, all these things, they are trying to do what they think is best. And I think that if you can see the best in people, even though it's different, that helps bring people together. And that's just my thought on politics. I'm like, I'm not about left. I'm not about right. I'm about food. And also there's two, and they're so extreme and seem to be more extreme that there's not a party that's like, hey, financially, we're conservative, but socially, we're progressive. Like, where are those parties? Where's the split the difference kind of situation? They don't want it. They don't want it. It won't go. Money, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, you know what? I cook meals. This is what I do. I bring people together in happiness and joy and feeling good in their homes. I'm not on a divisive kick. Sorry. I love Republicans. I love Democrats. I'm from Texas. I live in California. Do I lean a certain way in my personal life? Of course. Of course. I value certain things over others, but that's for me, And I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that. But there's a lot of energy this week. And I was like, oh shit, I'm having my sample sale after the election. That's good. People will be like, woo, that'll be off the plate. But it's like, there's an election, my sample sale, we're starting to break things down and move things to a storage. It's my daughter's birthday. My mother's coming. My son has a field trip on Friday. My daughter has picture day on Friday. I don't know why, but this week just seems to be like a pressure cooker kind of point. And I can feel that in the buzz of my neighbors and even in the country. And I'm very tuned into it. So for me, just be nice to each other. Let's laugh. Let's have a meal. So this is my plan moving forward. We don't even know where we're landing in London yet. Is that freaking hysterical? So we might be Airbnb-ing it and going and looking at spots. So I don't even have a home to have a studio in. So I think what I'm going to do is just take a hiatus for the rest of the year, get settled, get set up, because on that Christmas break, I can get some wallpaper. I can set up my lights. I can get a new computer. I can do all of that. Then at the start of the new year, bam, baby, I'm back and I'm in London town. So this is my last LA podcast for now. It's kind of funny how that happens when you process emotions. So I will see you in the first of the new year, and I will have, oh my God, so much to talk about, because it'll be 2 months worth of content. Can't wait. But until then, let's get into some domestic goddessness, shall we? Cooking. I have notes. My neighbor made a soup last night, and I was like, I have to talk about this on the podcast. I love her. I don't know what I'm going to do without her, because she brings so much recipes to the table. This is a Latina soup called Albondigas. You guys, it is divine. So basically, it's vegetables and little chicken meatballs in this kind of tomato chicken broth. It was so healthy and warming and filling. And I'm going to tell you what's in it. The balls. Ready? Gotta love those balls. You got 1 pound ground chicken, dark meat, half a red onion, finely diced, garlic, scallions, cilantro, and mint. Lots and lots. Because the mint in the meatballs and the cilantro really gave it almost like a Thai or a Latin vibe. I don't know. It made it really good and very unusual to bite into chicken meatball and feel mint, but it was refreshing and lovely. An egg, a couple tablespoons salt, some cumin, a little turmeric, and half a cup of basmati rice. That also goes into the mix. So for the soup, you saute an onion, carrot, celery, your classic mirepoix, then do a tablespoon of tomato paste, grate 2 large or 4 small tomatoes. And when you grate it, that also creates something really nice in the broth. And then, of course, add some chili flakes and salt and pepper as you wish. Now, we like to add potato, chayote, butternut squash, and snow peas. I was like, this is beautiful. So healthy, so heartwarming. So you add that first, because those kind of take a second. Then you put you roll and dump, and you cook it, simmer it for about 25 minutes. That makes the butternut squash cook through. That makes the balls cook through. And then you top with lime and cilantro. And you know how I like to do. I like to add a little bit of olive oil. I personally would have added some cotija cheese just to give it that. Albondiga soup. So amazing. Vegetables, meat, rice. What else could you want? Cocktails. Now, this is not so much cocktails as it is a reference for wine. Do you love orange wine? I tell you what, this is the time in America for orange wine. Orange wine is a white wine grape, usually Chardonnay, sometimes Sauvignon Blanc, sometimes a Chablis, and they keep the skin on. It's called skin contact. Oh God. And when they keep the skin on, what that does is it creates tannins. So the tannins, like in red wine, give it a depth of flavor, give it something really interesting, and it makes it kind of this like coppery, orangey color that is beautiful. It goes lovely with chicken, with fish, with turkey. Okay, I know it's coming up on Thanksgiving. If you're going somewhere or if you're hosting, get you a bottle of Skin Contact orange wine. All of your guests are going to go, oh my God, this is so fabulous. So it feels very festive. It feels different. It feels interesting. It feels like you know about your stuff. So for cocktails, get you an orange wine for Thanksgiving. I get it every single year. I have it with my turkey. It makes the mashed potatoes taste good. The cranberry, it like just makes it all taste so lovely. So scooch on down to like a wine shop and go out of the ordinary. Don't do just a white or a red. Go for a Skin Contact this season. Last but not least, decor. So this is a tip more than a trend. Act like you're moving. Act like you're moving. My husband and I went through all my kids' clothes, all of the tchotchkes, all of the books. Like we went through everything. And if we don't love it or feel like it's adding value to our life or we've picked it up in the past 2 years, it's going to the estate sale. It's going to Goodwill. It's going. And my husband and I looked at each other and we were like, we should have done this such a long time ago. It feels so good to clear out. You know that thing over there that you don't really love, but it's just been sitting there? Move it. Get it gone. That is my tip. Act like you're moving. Do you want to move? Or do you like where you are? Or do you need some new energy? The energy in the house, now that things are starting to get cleared out, feels so good. I swear every time something moves, I get a little lighter. I feel fresher. I feel more invigorated. I don't know if you can tell, I got a lot of energy today. And it's just because I've done some clearing. I feel like everyone should act like they're moving every 6 months. It feels so good. And of course, a really good time to do that is spring. I know now we're kind of in hunker down hoarding mode, but just do it. Like if you get things out for the holidays and there's other stuff that you think you're going to use, but you didn't, get rid of them. Let go and let God. Okay, that's what I say. Act like you're moving as a decor tip to reinvigorate your space, your energy. Like your space will feel lighter and cleaner, and so will you, I promise. All right, now let's get into some Q&A with some TNA. Dear Juju, how are you? I never miss a podcast. Oh, thank you so much. Listen, I'm coming back at the first of the year, okay? Don't forget. I know I'm taking a hiatus, but there's 38 episodes. Have you seen them all? You know, go back and listen to some that maybe you missed. I have a question for you about career. How can I find clarity when I'm feeling overwhelmed by choices in my career? Oh, that's easy. You got to start with what you love and what you would do anyways for free. Hello, I haven't gotten paid yet for this. It's coming. Oh, my tits. So you have to go with, put down 3 things that you would love to do, even if they're far all the way out there. Then out of those 3 things, you can go, okay, what if it was that one? And you're like, oh, I really want that one. You have to choose the thing that you would love to do, even if you didn't get paid. Like, let's just pretend. Let's play pretend, you know, I love this, that I'm your fairy freaking godmother. And I'm like, listen, don't worry about space, time, education, nothing. If you could do anything, what would it be? Tell me your dream job. And I know you all got one out there. Say, well, start writing that down. Write that down. And then find something as close to that as you can. For me, it's the next Martha Stewart. I want my own, multimedia company that has to do with home, comedy, entertaining, a TV show, coffee table books, products. That's me. And so I'm like, okay, let me work on everything as close as I can to that. I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to go more showy on the internet. I'm going to do bigger pieces every once in a while. Like, I'm going to start a caftan line. Like, whatever you can do, get as close as you can to that. Work your way to that. If you want to be a dentist, start off as a dental assistant. Let's work in the dentist office while you're going to school. Like, whatever it is, get as close as you possibly can to it. And then show up, work hard, stay consistent. This is also really hard for me because I've known exactly what I want to do since I was 6 years old. Okay? I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I'm a character. I'm loud. I got personality. And I love sharing it with people. So I've just tried to figure out, like, how do I share it with people? You just kind of sift. You spend some time with yourself. You write things down. And when you're overwhelmed with choices, just take a deep breath and tune in. And tap in. That's the most important thing. Don't worry about anything on the outside. Whatever's on the inside, bring that out and you'll land on your feet. I promise. Dear Juju, I love how you're always so bubbly and positive. Oh, except for last week. I wasn't very positive with my kids. Sorry about that. I have a question. What are some effective ways to deal with negative self-talk and replace it with positivity? Okay, negative self-talk, you literally have to stop it in its tracks like a disease. A disease. As soon as it starts going, you have to go, nope, we're not doing that. You know what? Go for a walk. Get physical. Say a mantra. That's what I do. And I'm thinking, life is so easy. This is going to happen. Magic is in my life. This is all working out. Stop it and then flip it. You have to be extremely diligent with this. You cannot do negative self-talk because whatever you think, you're right, whether it's negative or positive, you're right. And everyone else will think it too. It really is one of the most harmful things that you can do is have negative self-talk because why? Why? What's the point? No good can come of that. Stop it, replace it. Even if you don't believe it, keep saying a mantra every single day and then you'll start to believe it, I promise. This was a short one, but I have an appointment for my visa. All right, that's the podcast. I love you. You're a star. Don't forget it. Please don't forget it. Thank you so much to everyone. This is episode 38, by the way. Thank you so much. If you're just tuning in, go back and listen to some old ones. Those were really fun. Sometimes I had a lot to say. And if you've watched from the beginning, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hate that I have to let you go for a couple of months, but I got to get my life settled and then I will come back so hard and so strong and so British. And I can tell you all about Dear Juju Does Big Ben and what we've been seeing and the differences. It'll be so much fun. If you need a movie to watch Interstellar. Christopher Nolan goes all the way off. It's so deep. If you love space, quantum physics, and love and family, oh, he ticks all the boxes on that one. We watched it the other day. It was so good. I love you. Thank you again. I'll see you in 2025. And I'm out. Mwah!